This man is a symbol of a nation's concern for its consumers. He is safeguarding the health and welfare of American citizens. Inspectors of the Food and Drug Administration are authorized to enter any food or drug plant doing interstate business. At fishing ports, a distributor never knows when his frozen fillet line will be tested. Nothing takes precedence over FDA in deciding what shall enter the country from abroad. A sample of every shipment is examined. Here, olives are being selected at random. If there's anything foreign besides the rum in these bottles, this candling process will reveal it. Expert tea tasters who have devoted a lifetime to their work set minimum standards for all brands. The Food and Drug Administration operates to combat filth and fraud in our food products and to guarantee, as best it can, that medicines and cosmetics not only contain what the makers say they contain, but also do what the makers claim they'll do. And so, to a bureau official comes an ad clipped from a newspaper. Relief at last. A remedy for diabetes, arthritis, kidney disorders, and, well, it was a suspiciously long list of guarantees, and a matter for the nearest regional office to check into. Starting out with only a small advertisement, Inspector Kennedy of the New York office launches the chain of events which will determine how much validity, if any, there is in the claims of a preparation called Elixir X. In a small industrial city, Inspector Kennedy locates the manufacturer. But his wife says he's out of town. Be gone 2 weeks, perhaps, maybe a month. Sure, she'll show him where the Elixir X is made. It's right back in the garage. The Food and Drug Administration is constantly ferreting out products manufactured under filthy and unsanitary conditions. But at the moment, this is not Kennedy's primary objective. He asks the woman for a list of her husband's customers, but she insists that she knows nothing about any such list, wouldn't even know where to look for one. But Inspector Kennedy doesn't wait for his man to return. Like skinning a cat, there's more than one way to run down evidence. So Kennedy sets out on some tedious legwork. Starting with a local trucking company, he tries to uncover shipping orders to distributors, or even individual orders, which, to avoid postal involvements, often are sent a bottle or two at a time by express. After going through mountains of records, his patience is finally rewarded. He finds half a dozen orders, 3 of which are in his own district. Now begins the second phase of Inspector Kennedy's task, the gathering of evidence that will stand up in court if necessary. Here in another town, he finds proof that Elixir X was bought and used. Yes, she used it regularly, this lady told him. Best thing she'd found yet for her arthritis. Two days later, Kennedy makes a real strike. Her husband had been using Elixir X regularly, said Mrs. Martin. He had clipped an ad and sent for a bottle. Oh, no, he hadn't consulted his doctor. He decided to take Elixir X for his diabetes and give up his insulin injections for this simplified, surefire cure-all. And John Martin died 2 weeks ago. There was nothing to be done about John Martin's stupidity, but ultimately there was an answer to another man's deceit. The widow gets her husband's bottle of Elixir X for the inspector to examine. Kennedy, sealing the remnants as evidence, assigns a sample number and identifies the seal with his initials. But the word of the wife of the deceased is not enough. The chain of evidence must then be linked to include a photostatic copy of the death certificate. The official cause of death, diabetes. And now the food and drug people want to know, what is Elixir X? What's in it? In every district station is a battery of crack chemists and microanalysts who fight the battle against filth and fraud. To one of these comes Elixir X. The magic formula to relieve sickness and pain turns out to be nothing more than a mixture of water and an alcoholic extract of certain herbaceous weeds that grow in profusion in the maker's backyard. It's clear to the district chief that Elixir X is a flagrant violation of the law, but it must be decided officially. Before he can issue a citation against the manufacturer, the evidence must be weighed by medical offices in Washington. Here, food and drug physicians consider the matter from a purely medical view. What will this mixture do for any of the following? Diabetes, arthritis, or any of the aches and pains it guarantees to cure? The answer is a flat, unequivocal nothing. The law moves swiftly. The maker receives a year in jail and a stiff fine. Too late to help John Martin, but in time to protect the others.